Welcome to our Uni-Vibe series.
In this series, we're going to share with you Uni-Vibes from some of our favorite manufacturers.
And maybe we'll figure out, does the drive go before or after a vibe? On today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to take a look at a Uni-Vibe pedal. But before we get into that, I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel. Click on the notification bell. Your interaction with us helps us interact with great people in the industry. And in this case, the Beard's 20-year-old pedalboard brings you the Voodoo Lab Micro-Vibe. And so the Beard's going to tell you what we've got, maybe a little backstory, and what we're going to do.
Should we put a picture of the pedalboard right here?
Probably should.
So, played that pedalboard for years. I mean, it was kind of like for years. Like, I kind of settled on that in the beginning of a band. That band played for 10 years or so, and I wasn't into the gear thing. At that point, that was the pedalboard. Because we were playing a couple times a week, and who has time to, like, shop and you're playing. So, it's cool. Anyway, that pedal was always on there. So, the Micro-Vibe, not a lot to say here. I don't think we need to say a lot about it. It's two knobs. You have an intensity knob. You have a speed knob. And I got to tell you, I loved having this pedal on my board. Pat asked me a minute ago, why did it ever leave?
Right.
I think just what I'm playing now and some differences. And I went through kind of a Leslie pedal where this spot used to be. And there's not as much call for a Uni-Vibe maybe as there was. And what that kind of blues jam rock band was doing. Mm-hmm. So anyway, first clip. Every Uni-Vibe video that we've shot, I've played this same thing as the first clip on a clean Fender Strat. This is a 60th anniversary Fender American Strat. Same thing every episode. So check it out.
All right, so not to be left out of the clean guitar, S-type guitar vibe, I grabbed the Silver Sky, and everything you hear tonight is coming through the Tyler JT22. And if you hear a delay, here's a shocker. It's the DLS Echo Tour. So I took the vibe and I used it this way.
We have a couple more clips for you where we might have added some drivey, fuzzy kind of things to them. But before we get into that, I thought we'd take a moment and twist some knobs. And this should be relatively quick and easy. We have two knobs. Like I said before, intensity, speed. Right now, the intensity is all the way up so you can hear it really well. And we're going to run that speed knob. It's down at 0. So... I do think I should point out this pedal seen a lot of use. You can tell in the picture I put up earlier just how dirty. It's seen the dirty barroom floors or whatever. There's been times I've been a little suspect that I had one of our friends dive in there one time and try and check it out, make sure everything was like the connections were so good and stuff. So there was times, maybe Voodoo Lab hears this and they go, "That doesn't sound the way it should." Just send us a new one when we do this. Yeah, we'll do. Anyway, so let's do that intensity knob really quick. We'll just leave it up all the way and then start rolling it back. I think turn the speed down. There you go.
Two knobs.
I want to say something about the speed knob. Like, you feel like in the first half, it's slow.
Right.
I mean, it really allows you, I think, to dial in. And the top end never gets like some modulation pedals. When you get up to the top, it's like
some Dramamine.
Yeah. So I'm not a big adjust your pedal with your foot and tweak your pedal all night long. But when this pedal, I did do that a lot. Like I could reach, and the knobs on it are big enough that you can move them with your foot pretty quickly. And I would adjust the speed a lot. I would adjust the intensity a lot. And one thing I did is turn the intensity all the way up and speed all the way up to kind of get a Leslie sound out of it. And I think I did record like a little tiny clip with that. So let's play that clip now and then we'll get into the fuzzy stuff.
All right, well, now we're going to get into fuzziness, driveness, distortedness. So I grabbed the Keeley Super Rodent, which we recently got in the whole 4-in-1 series, and we're using them in videos. So I got out the Super Rodent. I got the DGT with, we've had Porter pickups put in here by our friend David Barber, and this is what I played. So for the last clip, I stuck with the American Strat I was playing earlier, and then for my fuzzy thing, I grabbed the Barber Electronics Exacta Fuzz. I've never been much of a fuzz guy, but lately there's been a couple pedals down here that I'm really starting to dig, and this is exactly one of them. I'm sorry. I like a good pun.
It happens.
I even like bad puns.
So here's the Exacta Fuzz with the Micro-Vibe from Voodoo Lab. So there's our clips for tonight. Final thoughts?
I liked it. I thought it sounded full. A lot of times you get into some modulation pedals. They can rob a little tone here or there. I liked it when you had it dimed the whole way, when you did your bonus clip. That was a cool sound. And pretty much anything in between. I did not grow up playing in jam bands, so the vibe world is new to me. So if you notice, I probably tended to make it sound more like a chorus. But I liked it. I understand why it was on your board. I've heard some of the things you play in the genre and the vein, why you use that, and I see why you did. It's a nice pedal.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know. A lot of times you see people really get into the vibe discussion. The vibe world, first of all, like there's the really high end vibes
right.
and the really particular people about things and stuff. And this is more of an off the shelf kind of, from Voodoo Lab. I think they knocked it out of the park. You can't flip between vibrato and chorus, and maybe it doesn't have a level knob on it. It's missing some things. It doesn't have like the cancel feature that you'd find on some of the other vibes. Whatever. But if you just want a really, really good Uni-Vibe sound that is an actual optical, it has the little light inside that's flashing. So there's a little light inside that flashes and has some sensors around it that pick it up. If you want that whole ball game, the Micro-Vibe has it. I don't think you can go wrong. So, yeah. Anything else?
That may have been the first time I played it. I saw it sitting back there a lot.
It's been sitting back there since we started the show.
Right.
It's been out once or twice before, I think.
I enjoyed it.
So anyway, with that, we always thank you for watching, clicking the subscribe button, hitting the notification bell, leaving comments. Anytime you interact with the channel, that's what helps us interact with cool companies. And we have interacted with Voodoo Lab. They helped us out with some power supplies for a pedal board build. But the Micro-Vibe was purchased long before we knew them. So with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear.